Hello there. Happy Monday. I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokitch, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center, and the author of the book Healing When It Seems Impossible: 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And today we're going to talk about basically sunscreen and taking care of your skin in on hot sunny days, because a lot of people think that sunscreen is the best thing for taking care of your skin, and there are many factors to consider. But I also want to talk a little bit about the things that will help your skin be more resilient and strong for sunscreen or for sunny days and for health of your overall skin. So there's, of course, external things that you can put on, and there are many amazing products, and they get better all the time. There's many companies that make organic and clean, chemical-free skincare products. And one of the things that you have to remember about your skin overall is that it's kind of like food. Whatever you put on your skin, you should also be able to eat. So imagine that if you're putting mineral oil on your skin or baby oil. I remember in the 80s, this dates me, but in the 80s I used to put baby oil on my skin to suntan. In Washington State, we didn't have a lot of sun, so on the hot sunny days, the few hot sunny days we had, even when I was a surgical resident, we would go out on the roof of the hospital and we would lay there and slather ourselves in oil in order to get a tan. Anyway, that's not particularly good, especially if you have sensitive skin. But there are things that you can do to help your skin be as healthy as possible uh, with your diet and with supplements and various things. And so I'm going to tell you about some of that, and then I'm going to give you some sunscreen advice. So in the next few minutes. So, first of all, diet wise, of course, a diet that is full of fresh fruits and vegetables is ideal. And if you've ever gone on a detox or a cleansing diet where you increase the number of vegetables that you eat a lot, you'll notice that your skin clears up very quickly within a few days. And that's partly because in Chinese medicine, the lungs and the large intestine and your skin are all connected. And when you get a healthy large intestine, healthy lungs and large intestine, and healthy immune system, your skin will also be healthy. And so that's from the Chinese medicine perspective. And so when you eat a lot of healthy vegetables and fruits and good fats and high quality proteins, then your skin is just going to glow and be amazing and healthy. And then in terms of supplements, there are certain supplements that really make a difference in the strength and the quality of your skin and your body's ability to deal with the sun. One of those is omega 3. And I always talk about omegas. People always say eat a lot of fish, but I worry about fish because of the toxins in the ocean and the high level of mercury. And so many of my patients who eat a fair amount of fish, I have found them to be mercury toxic. So uh, I, in general, say don't eat too much fish. And be really careful that you get fish from a high quality source so that if you do eat it, that it's been tested for heavy metals and things like that. And there are companies that make fish or sell fish that they've fished from places and they've actually tested. One of them is Vital Choice they're in the East Bay near where I live, but they do have a sea. You can go online and look for them, and they actually tell you what they've tested the fish for that they sell, and you can buy frozen fish and have it shipped to your home. But so high quality omegas that provide your skin with elasticity. They also help your whole entire immune. They help your immune system, your hormones, your nervous system. They help your guts function better. Most of these supplements that I'm going to recommend are supplements that help your body function better on many, many levels. So first of all, omega 3. Second, vitamin D. Vitamin D helps your guts function better, helps your immune system and your hormones and your nervous system, but also helps your skin be responsive to sun. And actually, a lot of people, the advice is always stay out of the sun, but I believe that getting out in the sun is actually important, that we live on this planet and one of the main life forces of our planet is the sun. And so avoiding the sun is not the answer to our health issues. And in fact, you would get more unhealthy if you did not go out in the sun. I think it's good to go out in the sun in the morning before the sun gets too hot. That helps set your circadian rhythm, which helps you regulate your sleep. It helps lower your cortisol levels. So getting out in the sun is a healthy thing to do. And a certain amount of time every day out in the sun is healthy. That might just be 5 or 10 minutes so that you don't burn your skin, but at least get outside and get that sunlight into your system. Your eyes, your skin, your whole body need it. The third supplement that is that I've found to be very helpful is beta carotene, which is a form of vitamin A. It gets converted into vitamin A, but you can take higher doses of beta carotene. Years ago, I used to have a convertible. Yes, I did. It was my midlife crisis car, one of my midlife crises. Anyway, I had this little red convertible, and I used to drive it all the time. And I had the roof, the roof off, and I would drive it out on the back roads and be out in the sun quite a bit. And it's too windy to wear a hat, so you can't cover your face with a hat. And I didn't wear a lot of sunscreen, but I used a supplement that had beta carotene and vitamin C and some other antioxidants in it. And I'm convinced that my skin did not burn because of this supplement. When I help patients who have had a number of, what do you call it? Skin cancers that have had a number of skin cancers. I give them a group of supplements: omegas, vitamin D, beta carotene, and uh, vitamin C. So like a combination of supplements like that, and they have reduced the frequency of their skin cancers. And in fact, one patient who had several melanomas, when he started taking vitamin D, omegas, and beta carotene, he no longer got any more skin cancers. So that was pretty cool that certain nutritional supplements and foods can help support your skin being healthy. Now let's talk a little bit about sunscreen, because sunscreen is something that especially if you go out in the sun for a long period of time or you're out there for the whole day, and when I go out in the sun for the whole day, or when I know that I'm going to be out in the sun, I do use sunscreen or some protective layers. So you can also use clothing that will protect you, hats and caps and things like that that will protect your face from too much sun. But I also use high quality sunscreen, and one of my favorites is Anne Marie Gianni. They have a sunscreen that is 20 SPF. And it's good for your face, but it's also good for your whole body, and it doesn't have any parabens and it doesn't have any toxins in it. Now, you've probably heard things about sunscreen, and it's become quite controversial because there's so many factors involved, and many sunscreens have toxins that are bad for your skin or bad for your body and that you would absorb. So you have to think about that. There is a website called ewg.org, environmentalworkinggroup.org. I'm going to put it here in the comments so that you can see it. And I'm also going to give you the link to Anne Marie products so that that's one place where you can get a healthy sunscreen product. And anyway, ewg.org is a website that's called the Environmental Working Group, and they have a component, they have a booklet on sunscreen, and they've done a lot of research on the chemicals that are in sunscreens. They have EWG certified sunscreen products that you can now actually find in like Whole Foods or places where you shop for natural, good quality items. And they have also done a lot of research on what the ingredients are, and like one of the things that I think is an interesting factor is how much SPF a sunscreen has. Now, the SPF is supposed to be the sun protective factor, which is supposed to protect you, and when they give you a number on the thing. It's supposed to protect for that many hours, or not hours, but for that a level of strength. And actually, the high SPF factor sunscreens may not be very healthy for you. One, they give you um, uh, a lot more chemicals. Two, they give you a false sense of security so that if you wear an SPF 50, you think you're good for hours, and you may go out in the water and swim and all of that, and you may still get burnt, which could be dangerous for your skin. Getting burnt is one of the bad things, of course. Um, also, there's not as good a balance in the UVA versus UVB, which are the different types of sun rays that cause burning. And they uh, they may not be protecting you from the type of sunburn that can cause skin cancer. And UVA induced damage is the kind that hurts hurts your skin the worst. So it may not actually be correcting the problems that there are. And there are some great articles at the EWG.org website about sunscreen and about the chemicals that are in different sunscreens and what types of sunscreens might be good for you to use. So I encourage you to look at that and to learn about what would be a healthy sunscreen for you. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. I look forward to hearing you or hearing from you very soon. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much. Take care.